Today we're going to take a look at this RV tankless water heater. I did remove the cover, the outside case from this thing, because I really want to take a look at the inside of it. So this is the back of the water heater. This would sit inside of your RV, and I like the way everything is labeled. They did a very good job with instructions, and I'll show you on the front. They show you all the wiring, and then your hot water, cold water, gas, and then these are the wires that go to your battery and out to the remote control for it. So let me turn this thing around and we'll take a look at the front side. So this would be where the door would be, and would face the outside of your RV. So like I said, electrical wiring diagram. I did pop this cover off. The circuit board in here does have a nice water protection feature. So if you did have a leak in here and this were to get wet, and these will get wet just from water coming in around the exhaust, you're going to have to expect to get a little bit of water inside of this thing. Pressure relief valve. And I'll kind of go through how the water goes through this thing. One of the things that I'm not really excited about is it came with a remote or a quick connect shower head, which you would connect right here. I just don't see too many people opening up their water heater to connect a shower to and then turning the valve on here. One thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is, since this is the male side of the quick connect, if this valve were on, water's going to come out of here. So I don't really like that feature. It has the pressure relief valve, which is required on any kind of water heater, and because it's a tankless water heater, it's strictly pressure and not temperature. One of the things that I was really happy to see is it has this vortex water mixing mechanism. So some of the cheaper water heaters were just pulling water straight from the heat exchanger and sending it into the RV. With those, you tend to get a little bit of differentiation in temperature. This one actually spins the water, mixes it really well before sending it out to the hot water side to go to your RV. So let's take a look at the way the water comes in. So we have our cold water inlet here. The water comes in. This is a little removable filter you can take out and clean, or possibly replace. The water goes through this flow meter, which is basically a set of propellers that spin. So when the water flow reaches a certain level, it's going to signal for a couple of things to happen. First, the exhaust fan will come on, then the burner will ignite, and then we'll start to get hot water. So we're going to turn on our hot water inside the RV. The water flow is going to generate a signal that's going to first turn on our exhaust fan and then light the burner. So this cold water, you can see this tube right here wraps around the outside of this heat exchanger. So we're going to preheat the water before it actually goes inside the heat exchanger right here, and then it's going to go in a set of tubes inside that heat exchanger, and it's going to come out right here. It's going to go through a safety switch, so if this thing were to get to an extreme temperature, this is going to pop, and it's going to shut the whole system down. Then it goes through a temperature switch, which the control monitor, or the control panel, you can monitor the temperature, and that actually works for a couple of different things. That hot water is going to come out, go through this vortex. It's going to spin, make sure that that water is at a constant temperature. It's going to come out here and to the hot water exit side of the water heater. I like the design. It's pretty standard for tankless water heaters. Your burner assembly is down here. Flame is going to heat up this heat exchanger, and that's where you're going to get your hot water from. So again, we have an exhaust fan. So before that burner is going to ignite, this motor is going to spin up, and we're going to feel some air pressure come out through the exhaust. So we want to make sure that there are no combustibles inside of this chamber before we light this thing. It's got an on-off switch right here. So if you were to put this thing in storage, you can turn the switch off right here. It's got a fuse. Again, the exhaust port is here. It looks to be a pretty decent unit. So overall, I am very happy with this. My one concern is the price. So it is a little bit pricier than some of the other even name brand water heaters. It is 65,000 BTUs. It does have the Vortex water mixing. The quality looks really good, and I think it's going to work perfectly in my RV.